written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office. It's the ledger you found in the trash. It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Which one do you want? This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Cause of failure. Rent. The mural is enormous. True love is possible. People call it that thing. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the lead. The case files do not show you find. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of a staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority. And that love truly is possible in the next world for new people. And it is too late for us. No one cares what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger. What do you want to tackle next? AKA Leslie and Burke. AKA the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always track. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking. You would think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals or breaking stuff in your... Can you keep yourself off the... Threatening fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station. Hypnotherapy. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. No, that's Burke. Leslie's shtick is flashing his genitals, remember? How will you ever solve the unsolvable case if you can't even... He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. The officer is also drunk. Way more drunk than Burke there. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill, can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure, which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escaped. It would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be... That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is... Who knows? Those pages are missing. What next? Don't worry. One day you may still catch the man with the square gun. Not much has changed in the meanwhile. Cleaning out the... It's the ledger you found in the arson, petty theft, spousal abuse. Yes, a title, one might say even. One, arson, petty theft. You don't exactly close them. It takes about half an hour to be. Some assholes brought their couch outside and hung out on it. In the middle of the street, on the insufferable dicks. Young people are the worst. They were leaving it out in all these unexpected and whimsical locations. They took it. Cigarette butts, coffee cups, stupid couch. You had... No, you didn't have time for that. These notes show that you... Murder. Tum-tum-tum at the hookah parlor. Beaten to death by a throng of Villalobos gang members when Joseph Mills was on this case that he just couldn't solve. Mills didn't get off the pot. Not yet. He kept at it for a... No, he was awful. Awful sense of humor too. The worst jokes you've... Okay, so the case is handed to you because Mills isn't getting anywhere, and you look into it. Here's the setup. A young man is found dead in a hookah. No, it's soot and water vapor. Yeah, so anyway, young man in his 20s found with his skull busted open, right on the floor. No one enters, no one exits. He's just sucking on his watermelon hookah. Or Mills has no idea. Invisible assassin, movie deal gone sour. Girl at the counter did it. See? You can't even read the thing without solving it. Yeah, it was that. Turns out hookah does do something. Yeah, he liked it. Smoking hookah. Didn't you hear? I don't know. Not much has changed in the meanwhile. Without resistance or sound, the two panels move. You stare at the card, willing your hand to move. It refuses. Two octopuses are smiling, reaching their The words just crossed your mind somehow. Who do you think? You. It's slightly, ever so slightly, the acidic, you know, like the bits they put into public piss bowls, probably called Fermi discrete, or axle. If you knew it was dunked in the toilet before getting chucked into the trash, why are you sniffing it? So you wanted to get in on the trash toilet stink collab. Find out what your nose is somewhere between grateful and You see several packaged The packages are small, discreet, sloppily stacked, making them easier to take unnoticed. No need to worry about knocking over it. A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo.
Saint Baptiste. You know, Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals.
She is right. Saint Baptiste, the company, derives its name from Saint Baptiste.
I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed, I don't really know what hypnogamma is. I guess. No, sorry.
Nosafed heals +1 health. Dramine heals +3 health.
A colorful
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. No, Frit only. The pale age vodka is special, I guess. I mean, I already said it'd hurt.
Substances give powerful bonuses to your main stats at the cost of damage to your health or morale. Cigarettes use medication, like Nosafed and magnesium, to counteract the negative effects of substances. Note: consuming substances can have unforeseen consequences for you.
Is this about the questions again?
A colourful
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. Here you go, mister.
There it is, a brave little army in your pocket. You picked the best one. This soldier is fat and succulent. Get a load of this rock and roll. The lighter's dark green disposable plastic. Safety's off. Repercussions. There's a high risk of glory. It will help you concentrate a bit. It only lets you concentrate because you're in nicotine withdrawal. Blah, blah, blah. Boring. Light it up. Thick, warm smoke gets sucked down into your lungs. Immediately, you feel a warm nostalgia fill your head, body, and...
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a cigarettes button. Cigarettes gives +1 to intellect skills, logic, rhetoric, Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer? Unfortunately, the factory sold this one. Not really. I know some basic moves, and I know it's sure as hell it's a regular mass produce. From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just a... No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate...
She refuses, but your word... She's making a joke. Her voice softens.
Some went to patch their wounds. Gone. No. There's nothing to find. He's dead. Lost to the... He didn't respect... Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a... Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor... She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action. It's late. The bed is comforting. The place feels almost like home now. Quiet.
It's easier this time. drifting off. Your head has found a This respite. You've earned it, brother. Pass. No. This is the one before that. Enjoy it while it lasts. You're welcome, Harry boy. After centuries of darkness, the alarm rings.
Go.
It's you again. What is it?
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit.
Because she was here. He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:50.
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
No. Alright, she took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run.
That's probably for the best.
And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him.
He's been through it. That me. Alright, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up.
How?
East Delta Pinball Arcade.
Okay, but how'd she get up? There's no room for us.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop. Thank you.
The lieutenant is glad he got the floor plan right there.
Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down. All under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need...
I'm on it, boss.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift.
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it? Footprints.
He looks tough, but there is a nervous twitch in his dark green eye. This is all too close to home for him.
That close, huh? How fortunate. Good news is, I'm still listening. I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. You saying it's that's wall mystery down there. An architectural mystery.
He knows it's something. He's just not ready to say you knew more about Ruby than he does yet.
I don't like guessing.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen, the one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key was right here.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You...
No, the ribbon was old, faded.
It'd have been there for 20 years at least.
Why? This doesn't make sense.
It doesn't fit well. Also, it has to be said, this man would make a good RCM sergeant, or maybe even lieutenant. Just don't let him anywhere near women.
Why not? You can't draw a straight line in a closet. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiot. 72%. That's a percentage and all. Where'd you get it from? No, you can't. I know what you did here on the weekend.
Those numbers were an ass.
Yeah, and they don't put hair on the roof either. It's just mambo jumbo. He hasn't got shit.
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a but a route does not put that bullet in.
Phase 2, murder weapon. Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like, but what if you miss interesting information that way? The choice is ultimately yours. But
So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. Not even you militia monkeys have those. This goes against your short-range theory. If the murder weapon was military grade.
wait, did he say you don't have big guns? No, just say you're honest with him. Don't challenge him.
Right. That's mighty forthcoming of you. So, let me...
Organized crime. Down in Jamrock, probably.
So she may have access to semi-automatics, but that's a long fucking stretch of the imagination. That looks antique. A Belle McGrave. It's inoperable. Where'd you...
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
That's a goddamn breech loader, too. Find one that works, and you got a military-grade weapon. That shoot.
He sees it. This is coming. Time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet. The blonde man looks at the mushroomed death.
Yeah, the bitch is jacketed all right.
Whoa.
Well, goddamn. It's not proof, but it's a possible murder weapon. You have been thorough. I'll give you that. God damn. That's just...
You were warned not to bring it up. Your best shot here is to just back out of it.
Okay, cop. She's got connections. I could see how...
That's all you needed. Doubt.
All right. Keep talking.
Pete, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. What?
Phase 3. Motive. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it?
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have...
Time for a logics demonstration. He scoffs.
Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up,
Which is why she didn't. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking...
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us.
Oh, so we didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition.
Eugene wants a woman on the team so they can do their job. That must be hard. Half of Martinez is female.
Not so useful. Yeah, like what? A thing? You mean?
Behind his squinting eyes, dominoes are falling.
yeah, but they're both.
Girls like girls too, Angus, sometimes. This is one of those times. She liked Glacier.
It's not bewildering. It's like, whatever, man.
You what? First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a who? It's a lie.
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do.
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Fatty.
She didn't fuck you. Cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
Ruby then threatened her and told her to end her relationship.
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass. That Ruby is queer as cabaret, now that I start thinking about it. And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can still be a heart.
And then, boss, use us to cover it up?
If it's true. But it's not, right?
Silence. The old man in a very small nod. This is the only option he can.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. I don't know where she went. She just got up. She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I'm probably...
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior. Why fleeing is always
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. Friday afternoon, when you first arrived, I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in. I told you. You. No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes. Sure. You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure. She said you have a funny taste in clothes. Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock. That you're a human can't
Fucking hell.
open Angus up like a can. Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it. Whack him. Or we can...
It's not an act. Silence. He nods.
You are insistent.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to.
Everard's file on you seemed thin on info. She must know from somewhere else. From Jamrock. Something more. Of course, I should have known. Concentrate on tracking down Ruby.
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lottery.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows.
Yeah, Al.
She's not really,
She's not, Glenn. A little.
Where have you looked for?
More precisely, on the coast. Past
Who's doing this looking? They're all here.
Lizzie needed some air. You're a smart cop, but you're a stupid person. No one goes to tell every...
It's called a radio, you believe. The gardener may have played you a game when she stormed out. She has her own plan.
Sure, there are some shithouses there. A cinderblock town. Fisherfolk there refuse to... I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash.
We will start there. One more.
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a lorry man. The what now?
She said she's building a...
What?
We were talking about radio equipment.
This guy barely understands.
There you have it. Hail something. It'll have to.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM Sergeant material.
When are you gonna get it through your dumb head?
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Ruby was.
Our tenant, the policeman. Nay.
Because she's blind, which you seem to have forgotten.
This is a sharp one.
She's being...
There was a murder in Martinez.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other. Ah, I should have known. This is yet another union mess. I'm not afraid of them, you know. There's not much to tell. People come and go.
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others.
The sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. Oh? Who? Okay. When did this person Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find some... Really? Are you sure you're not also looking for Nadia Harnancourt? Or Ignis Neil? A lot of stuff. Oh, there's plenty missing, but that's too much for even an eager terrier like you to handle, although you seem very thorough.
Haired little boy kicks a stone.
Look, man.
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is good.
then we're definitely doing it.
Tequila sunset. Can't really remember seeing any women.
It's a touchy topic. He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
Uncle.
There's no waking him from...
The legend! He's back. And firstly, I got smokes and piss.
As you look at the floorboards, the edge of a floorboard next to it hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. Nothing particular catches your eye. Something bad. Someone's not. You stick your hand in and start combing through a small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A 9mm bullet, to be exact. Fit for the floorboard isn't interested. Maybe the washerwoman is holding the bullet. You get the feeling. This isn't ammunition against you.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the damn that girl.
And without anger,
Bullet? You didn't put it there, did you?
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant. And notice, yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry.
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant.
That's for the police to find out. Right then, please answer.
Yes, early.
She probably heard the lieutenant's Kanema drive by, and it woke her up, just like...
Yes. That is a downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine.
I cleaned it. No.
The truth, sire.
She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman.
This Ruby is an old lady whisperer.
Did she talk to you much during her last...
No, she was mostly silent. She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish.
She wanted to talk to her, as they usually do, but she was brooding.
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure.
Do tell. Exit from what?
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment.
No, she's a fighter.
She really believes that.
Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few, although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the... I don't know. Further up the coast, she tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door...
It's a peninsula. She might be...
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back...
I wouldn't worry about that, man. We are persistent.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire?
The failed electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
One thing, officer. If you do...
She really means it.
She's a good girl.
From here to the whirling, I can't see how. The church is in the way.
Just dead and dying. Poor thing.
Hello. Isn't this a... No, I'm afraid I can't help you with...
So you haven't...
No, I'm sorry. As I said...
There's something friendly. He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen... You see, a slogan used to... Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking, and will... Feld Electrical. How? Feld Electrical. You only know them as a small company. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to...
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there. Or in that boat shack. In that church tower.
Why single out this one building? Even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against, trying to talk to the wind, the city, whatever you is trying to talk to the city, something you've done before. A prayer of sorts. To Revachol.
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor area, and then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way. Sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village. Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, some drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you. Moving in through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stair.
She's down there.
Okay. Why? So, how do we get in there? The doors were under collapse.
Finally, my time to shine.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything.
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. An old pipe peeks out from beneath. A building like this must have multiple doors. Your eyes slowly begin to... The lieutenant looks over your shoulder. A thin layer of... As your eyes adjust, you see some track. And nothing.
I see. Another stop on your crusade against narcomania. Given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely. However, the pipe suggests there...
The lieutenant's face lights up.
And it's right here. A maintenance door.
The metal doors are heavy, and the flaking...
Good work.
This isn't just glass. These are old computation components. Yes, filament memories. From the time when wires were cast in glass. Slides with... The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human head. The why is easy, because they hadn't come up with...
So it is. I think it is used to form a single system, slotted in the wall. The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean. These? No. These are old filaments.
All you'll find here is pain. A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly years worth of dust is shaken. Someone crouches, heels digging into wet sand. Hands sweep across.
Yes. Looks like some latter-day radicals were hiding out here. They left an half a century. This was... I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have... We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger. Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some... I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through. You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece.
Could this have been the killer's hideout? And this narrow... Outside the window, desolation. Snow falls softly onto...
It's a great place to hide, and Masovianism and murder are certainly not mutually exclusive. But there has, indeed, no one could get a clue.
The lieutenant's voice betrays a slight disappointment.
In fact, I think we're done with this bunker.
You feel something, like a swarm of hornets.
No, what do you mean? I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there. No, but
It's not a quib. He trusts your gut feeling on this.
looks like our suspect. If she once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion.
You will upset the balance of power. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
I leave that to your judgment. You already know what I think about cross-pollinating info.
He just can't be sure. Maybe it will yield something useful.
Okay, why not? Whatever goes down might also affect her. The Union is watching.
Not closely enough, you suspect. But still, good idea to visit her once.
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think...
If you can't predict it, there's no...
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars?
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Or maybe not. Either way.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, sir. Roger that. 10-4, sir. Glad to hear that. I'll write down that there is no need to issue a new one to use. 10-4, sir. Sorry, but I'm under order. 10-4. Orders are still orders. Roger that. 10-10.
This is Precinct 50. It will take...
Her voice...
Gottlieb, what you get yourself into this time? Look, pal, getting pumped and dumped is not a disease. People live through it all the time. You should be happy for her. That's what the guys say, officer. That some chick pumped you and then dumped you.
Don't take it personally.
You must have me confused for a close personal friend.
One needs tending to right now. You hear someone whine in the background. My eye, Doc, my eye.
I didn't, but now I do. How's the drinking going? Ah, great to hear it. Stop by sometime when you're done with your case. I'll draw some blood, run it through, let you know how...
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57.
In the cabin, you see a set of...
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural? He's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it.
I'll just keep the Corda Lacey in the channel, if that's it.
Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty.
Of course. Jetty. I prefer...
Something about the way she says it makes you want to sing.
Hello, detectives. It's good to see you here.
What brings you?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for...
That. And she's also keeping an eye.
Spying has such a negative connotation. Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the Corda Lacey red.
What is this? Destruction of property?
No need. Lillian and I are getting on much better. For one, how do I like it?
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The smell of...
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are... I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez.
Fortunately for you, madame.
All right. Real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head.
Oh, I'm not frightened, officer.
Above you, there forms a quilt. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of...
Have I told you how they discovered this place? No, they're in Sealindian. Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in a... I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
Do we?
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit.
This story she will tell only before...
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with, while you're hot in pursuit? I fear I've told you all I know. His platoon members? The other contractors, though...
It could go this or the other way. Challenge accepted. I say we do it.
I am relieved you think so. I don't think deciphering... Is there anything else? Oh. A takeover? Taking it?
Green livery, changing into red. Like a cancer of the blood.
Then we're talking about a war. Evrart needs to let me into the harbor at once. We need to talk about this. They most certainly are not. Crenell has a...
I've seen the Union's forces. They are better organized than these mercenaries. It will take more than Crenell to wipe them out. Wild Pines will need to send more and better equipped men. I am sure you have the money. The question is, how many years and how many lives?
What do you suggest?
Does it matter? Her mind's made up. It has been for some time. The choice was whether to tell her this. All that's left is the denouement.
Everything affects the...
Officer?
For once, I don't seem to know what the right thing to do is.
I'm afraid we won't disco our way out of this one.
One day you will realize you can't simply go around.
But it is not a bluff. I assumed so before, that you're part of his ploy even. What will I do?
Her arms fall to her sides. Her spine...
Did I ever tell you how they discovered this Isola? During our reality lowdown? It may be the only break we've ever caught as a species. The last one for... The nations who colonized this Isola called theirs Muindi, the world. It was all they knew, all they thought would be. The Pale was thought to be impregnable, perpetual. Irene la Navigateur, the Queen of Suren, sent 8 expeditions.
Each of those expeditions would have been led by an admiral. Sounds like a purge. Like she was purging her political...
There was no precedent for such an undertaking. People thought she was punishing the app until after years of trial and error and the development of a strict...
Called Volta Doma, or Return from the Sea.
The 8th expedition returned sane and intact. They told of a new continent of matter. They told the Queen and her counselor, Dolores Day, slowly raining down.
The air is cold. There are rain circles on water all around. So does the lieutenant. His mouth, the droplets feel warm.
The phenomenon has never again been encountered. For a time, the crew thought they were experiencing but they could not. They were sane and conscious, as islands began to appear on the horizon. There are 78...
You've thought it a million times.
A total shift in human comprehension of reality. On the second day, a great skua was shot. 4 years later, the Queen's counselor was proclaimed Her Innocence Dolores Day, the elected world spirit. The age of humanism, internationalism, and parliamentary rule followed. We were high. The nations of Mundi proceeded to discover 5 more Isla, but these others weren't uninhabited. We had to kill people. There was no one but the skua, the Liliat Sea, and the Blood Beach, and the River Esperance. It was the new world. Revolution, poverty, and the mercurial rise of capitalism. The first living autonomous organism, proof of reality. It's the symbol of Insulinde, detective. The coat of arms. In your defense, it is a nasty creature who plucks food from the throats of lesser birds. Yet much like Revachol, it is also magnificent. On Caillou, the Pebble, the largest of the fertile, uninhabited islands of the northeast, it is.
The gangs will run wild, jacking motor carriages, ferrying amphetamines through Coal City. Spring is tough in Revachol.
I will surrender Terminal B to the Union.
She puts her hand in the rain.
We will see.
It is well within her authority. It's been clear for some time that this woman...
Ma'am, this may well unravel property law this side of the river. If that occurs, we may never see the end of this kind of confrontation. The next time there will be 2 strikes, then 4, then 100.
What happens will happen. The age of capital has only begun. I will talk to my employers in person. We will amputate and cauterize Martinez, if you handle the situation on the ground.
There are no employers. She's a member of the board.
You are the citizens' militia. There are no superiors.
That's right, detective. And next time, you should...
Despite his words, he's not really sure whether to be annoyed with you. Events are already in motion. Whether your actions accelerated or momentarily retarded their progress. Even the lieutenant...
I have not deceived you. I told you exactly who I was. Yes, Mr. Clare has a 2-month head start. I can't let it grow any bigger. Keep the peace, and I will keep...
How far along is Cronell's in...
A confrontation is imminent. They have followed in your footsteps. As your investigation reaches a climax, so does theirs. They are your shadow. Protect their targets. Violence may be unavoidable, but we... soon. I do not know precisely. They have cut off all communication, you see. One last thing, Lieutenant Dubois. I've given the matter much thought and come to this I know, because I, too, am insane. I just hide my illness better. And I'm rich. The same strict psychological regimen the 8th Admiral developed when he crossed the Pale and discovered this Isola. The Volta do Mar.
You could use a little of it yourself.
No, detective.
Don't worry, madame. I am very sane.
I'm overexposed, baby. My travels take...
She would die to return to it. The Pale. The past. Anything one can return to.
Watch out for yourselves. They will strike soon.
The lieutenant watches her boat with worry in his eyes. He does not know if it was the... You wonder what Everard has... Slowly, the sails turn grey-blue.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning south. Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull.
It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it... Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance.
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't wish to hurt you. Not according to your air canals. Wait, no, buddy. That's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
Really now? Check this out.
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels...
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your...
The explosion of static you're hitting, blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my... A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a...
Sounds like she knew someone who used to man one of those stations. But she won't tell you about it.
So, what we are experiencing is... Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant at the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale lat...
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get...
I built it myself.
That's illegal. I'm guessing...
Oh yeah. Way beyond. Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. No, once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not cops. And
if you've got something really important...
Turn this...
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down.
The gun she's carrying is a 2-barreled front loader. Not... Well, it doesn't feel much better. But you can form set. Just keep her talking, and you'll get... There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time.
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while. So you found my shack.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
So nice. That's...
As opposed to the other knives she's finding there now. Hardyful.
I was. Before I caught you.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit.
No, I didn't do it. I only helped... Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first. Oh, well, I guess I always knew she was a survivor above all else. I'm sad to hear that. The girl was playing some dangerous... She had some pretty messed up people after her. But Claudia couldn't have known I was here. How did you?
Titus and his boys, man.
Even now, Kim is a paragon of professionalism.
Well, fuck. Those guys liked me, I know it.
A dull...
How the fuck did the rest of you get by? I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me.
That did make her forgive them. A little.
Like what?
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for her son.
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types. Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pine sending it...
She didn't hate it, okay?
You think I was envious of his conquests? Look, pussy's not a... Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. I'm listening. Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress. You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time. Wow, now I'm curious. Please, explain. Don't know it, but also...
Evaluating your
The shot couldn't have come from the roof.
She has a point there.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM for... The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there. Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar. No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style. So now I'm leaving Revolution...
Was that pity? For you?
I never did understand why when someone... No, I did not. And? The gun store. Trigger Happy Jacks. What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry. Sure don't.
The breach loop?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
A knocked away AD front loader.
That isn't it.
No, they're not practical. Break too often. Yeah. Evidence. I considered her a good friend, yeah. What the hell, man?
Her hand slipped from the dial of the compressor for a moment, almost turning it down. Then she put...
I'm not following your clever insinuations, Detective. If I want to stare at a pretty girl, I can pick one up at a bar. Or, worst case scenario, look at a naughty photo. What the fuck, man? She's everyone's type.
She's beginning to suspect you've broken into her lorry now.
Cool, man, cool. I'm glad... Nope. Look, she has an effect on people. Or had, before you sent her off in your moral intern meat grinder. For the same reason that she's everyone's type as an object of desire, she's not... Oh, so that's what... That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had pasts, we did...
The lieutenant watches her, expect...
Okay, fine. I was into her. Claudia was into me too for a time, I know it.
Claudia only said they maybe kissed. Someone is lying here.
If that's what she wants on the record, so be it. I'm not about...
Seriously, just move on.
Really?
Is that blood on the ground before you?
Yeah, really? She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused. I knew that wasn't the whole story, but thought fine.
No ill will then. It wasn't a problem for her.
Yeah, one time when we'd both been drinking, I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion in her head. All the drugs she was doing can make you feel like you're... Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The merc was beyond caring. Go ahead.
And blind too, he thinks. But keep on. This must be done.
So, heart of gold Tommy.
That really comes as a blow to her.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own.
Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her.
Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit.
She deliberately avoided naming the mob she would.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has...
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are...
There's a sinister note in her voice, even with the gun and the compressor.
Yeah?
More questions before doing anything.
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his...
Those rings around her eyes. Her tired voice.
Police radio?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there. He was still warm, with the bluish light coming through the broken window.
She eyes you. Or she's refusing to adopt the demeanor of a cornered animal.
It's okay. We just...
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over... She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her. Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too... No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. She asked me to come upstairs. The murk she'd been going...
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
What? No. Faking a lynching was...
She looks shaken. She wasn't surprised to be ratted out, but framed.
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys.
Glacia knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain. She lied to you about that, too.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether to admire her, as I keep telling you cops.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried?
War? The thought crossed my mind, but the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions.
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she had...
Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me. I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around.
So this is what she was scared to tell Titus. This cop.
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human cano, but...
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head. Fucking hell. And it's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Everyone in Jamrock, the cops, the criminals, why do you...
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Harry Dubois. One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and the funny...
So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the tape. All of this just means that you're effective. I don't know. Sounds pretty convincing to me.
Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both. Yeah, sure.
She doesn't.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain. You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition?
She's not going to change her mind that. Wait, one thing. Possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might know something.
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway? Sure you do. I bet they're just outside waiting. Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had two guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something. That sound about right?
No idea. Satellite Officer Vicmare looks out of the window grimly, then puts his coffee down and turns to Patrol Officer Miller. We can either take a room here in the whirling or go home. Let's go home, John. Nothing's going to happen today, she responds quietly. John takes his blonde wig off.
Fantastic. I've got to get on the road. Then you can go find your friends. Unless you have anything pressing to ask. What bunker? Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. but I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond.
Keep calm. Breathe in. After the pain recedes, it's a little clearer. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. She looks at the machine, assessing the...
Oh, fuck it.
You should know the words to say. You've been here yourself. So, because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself, trying to answer the same question in vain. Her fingers squeak. No, wait. Finally. She flashes you an incredulous grin. Then, you watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair.
Fuck!
Get a hold of yourself. He needs your support now, too.
Lieutenant Yefreitor Dubois, control your emotions. We did all.
There is no coming back from this one. It will stay with you in nightmares.
Our job.
She died. This is the right thing to do. Clean up, keep it cool.
We clean up. It may take days for processing. That tent there.
Plain red. It was pitched by practiced hand. You see, a rope.
We should put her in the sleeping bag.
The lieutenant nods. There she lies, cocooned in the sleeping bag. Surround magazines. You should look through them. Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor car.
See anything?
Rager Monthly. Journal of Material Science. You pocket the worn brown leather journal. She watches by.
We should read this immediately. Like...
A thick journal. The cover is made of full-grain leather. The lower Schneller is a stationery. She had good taste and must have taken what she... The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages. The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. Perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs. It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections. All dated.
We could learn a lot from this.
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in...
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes.
Professionalism is his coping mechanism. Esoteric radio technology. The most recent one, short, wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass staff issues. Always tough on the leadership. The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. She is referring to betraying her previous employer. Does this? That name isn't mentioned. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M, though. Great. M's peon is coming to town. No doubt to investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head. While I'm napped, then again, isn't that what the call? Did things played out just as she had feared? It's in you to do something like this. Kill her. Physically, at least. You could pull... Yes, you could. No, stop. Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be Did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people. They'd take measures to protect them. The entry ends. The call was a courtesy. He must have held her in high regard to personally tell her he knew about her plan to run drugs for the competition. The most recent entry is from, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not.
I don't think she killed the mercenary.
This whole thing was a detour. Don't get emotional.
She was in plenty of trouble, even without the murder charge. Still, it's a nasty business. No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct.
He truly does not believe you are. His trust is well placed. You aren't.
Glacier was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself, or... Either way, we should go back to the Whirling. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the Whirling.
Now, crisis, death, You can feel it. Be prepared. Make sure your fingers reflexively reach for the Villiers 9mm.
Then you'd better get ready. Whatever happens.
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning. Put your damn gun down. Shut up! You're not gonna talk yourself out of this,
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate.
Shh. This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet.
The Kipt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it.
He is facing overwhelmingly super peaceful. Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man.
Fuck, there's the third one. How did we miss something?
The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there.
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene. If this turns into a fight...
A sound strategy. He's...
The Mercenary Tribunal.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance.
I think he's calmed down. No, he didn't. He's about to open fire. He is.
Pig fuck!
Oh, people are gonna die today. We're not leaving it like this. These tribals...
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and...
With a wordless gurgle, the killer, the leader, gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, your fingers holding the grip of a gun. No, wait. It's good you have that gun. It really is. Even if it comes to a fight, it's always a good... I don't know about this getting under his skin. What if he... Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have, then move down from that. Please. Alright, here we go. This is an illegal trap. Really? None of this looks like it's going to do anything but piss him off. You only have time for one argument. Choose wisely.
What always happens when you get good at your job? That name Midnight Raids. The same thing happened when we were called whatever the fuck it was. Not after this.
Okay, it's not much. But he's thinking, now fire. Fuck. Easy now. Tell them these men didn't do it. There's a peaceful way out.
Yeah? Who did that?
Time. You had time to fuck around in that church, to run errands.
Time is up, loincloth. Give me a name. Now! How fucking convenient.
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
You think I'm fucking stupid, cop? How about the kid? Tell me.
Listen, please.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her. The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him. All together. Titus said, we took him out back and hanged him. He said it loud. In a public place.
You're lying, DePaul.
You heard wrong. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter.
Fucking liars.
The shot rings in your ears. A low, tinny ring. The young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown.
I missed.
I know what I heard, Corty. They said they killed him. They said it was a good...
That doesn't sound good. You need... What topic? Shots have been fired. Act before it's too late. This was a close call.
Rude. Rude is the killer. Rude, the killer. Who...
All of you cunts inside out. Rip you up.
Perhaps it's for the best. Him not talking too much.
The gunner. The raddest. The killer. What do you think he does?
There, on the rim of Owen Clerven's helmet, you count little stick figures. Not about 50 little stick figures. These men served in Seminine. The native... The two little white figures in the end are from when they moved to Rivershaw. They're recent.
That's right. Plenty of kids here.
T, let's fucking do it.
Easy. Easy now.
You think I care what that company cut?
He isn't just boasting. He really doesn't care. Back out of this now, or it'll get... The man stares at you with bloodshot eyes. Now is not a good time to strike. He's looking right at your hands. Do something else. Get him...
Fucking waste!
Ignore her. She's not the main threat, yet.
Yes. So what? Nah. I'm clear as day.
Enough already! What is this?
Interrupt me again and I will execute you.
Now, you got them both off-piste. He's foaming mad at her. Dangerous. Ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it.
Yeah, I don't fucking act so well. Laylee had a heart. Sergeant Major Raoul Cortiner, reporting in.
As he moves, the interlocking pieces click, click, click. The realization comes to you, like a picture puzzle coming together. His name is Raoul. No, probably Foster.
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer. You're all sentenced to death by lead.
He sways from left to right, inspecting you.
He wasn't my fucking brother. We just grew up on the same...
Beaten by a foster parent, or someone on the phone?
Same fucking mud hut town, too.
Okay, good.
Who? Laylee?
We researched him. We contacted the...
They fucking put Laylee in a leaf compactor. And now...
There's real anguish in his voice.
It's a mind fuck, Corty. He wasn't put in a leaf compactor.
Open fire. We can't have that. Interfere now.
Baby blue, yeah. It was creepy, but bitches like that shit, I guess. Or, I don't know what bitches like. I just know how to find his killer. Cop, his killer. I know what this tactic is, Silo-san. You're gonna...
Big talk, but that leaf compactor won't leave his mind anytime soon. It's a small thing, but it got him off center.
What's the matter, loincloth? Mouth full of dick.
Shit, this is it. Tell him anything. Tell him you have more information.
Rude. Kill him.
The porcelain man raises his rifle and takes an Easter AR-FA-7 built for taking out light armored vehicles. It will devastate you. You leap left. A swarm of angry lead passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. Feels like the lightest of tucks. The man tilts his head, trying to see through the... Watch out! To your left. DePaul is about to take a shot too.
God, please.
He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's helmet. He has to. 2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but it misses. You hear a scream behind you. Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Oh God, what? You see 2 cold eyes looking at you through all the smoke and panic, and a pistol raised, aiming at your chest, point blank. Then the man squeezes, a look of happiness. His eyes seem unnaturally bright. Here it comes, death. You simply blink, then something inside your pelvis explodes. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark. A distant blur. The Hardy Boys are yelling. Someone is running, jumping over you. It's Titus with a splat like meat. You hear bullets rip. He's not gonna make it. Feels slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong. Most of what's down there. You can also feel the bone where the bullet went in. Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain.
You're bleeding out.
Stay with me.
Yes, keep talking. You hear me?
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow a shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising his pistol at him. Scream immediately. He's gonna die. No, you say, and hand out your firearm to him. That's all it takes. There is no room for hesitation. You hear a roar of pain, a death scream, the sound.
This is death. One more door, baby. One.
The fight? There is no... He's not taking it. His body and rotting and being disinfected.
He can't go. Not. There is a radio in the distance. A radio.
Hours turn to days.
The engine of a Capri.
No, it was him. He is the infernal engine. Can't you?
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double. It's nothing. You're alive. That's what matters.
Sunrise, Parabellum. Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him 2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse. And it's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill.
Dramamine? Then it's not that bad. Neither surgical nor organ damage bad, but still under the counter bad.
Sunrise, Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war.
Isn't that written on your...
Cops like it. The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely. Yes, we have also completely failed, but that's okay. What happened? We tried to take the diplomatic route and hoped they wouldn't attack first. They did. The Major gave... As retaliation, their rifleman tried shooting you. He missed, or you dodged. Then I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. Glenn did not survive.
This is not the first person to die in his...
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo died before they made it to intensive care. Titus died in the hospital. Yesterday. Alain and the young musician, I forget his name, they are all that's left. Yes, you were bleeding out. I think you said something about your wife. And you warned me. I was able...
Thank you. Although...
I was not able to kill him, as I should have. Crenel took him. A stray bullet killed the Pole, though. And that's what happened. Yes. This is the one. He's in a private hospital across the river. Crenel claimed him from the local butcher shop where Titus died. Turns out he's...
There is unveiled.
We won't get to him anymore. The good news is he's not coming here either. I did some damage. 5. Glenn, Theo, Shanky, Angus. The fat one. He took all. Let's face it, officer. It could have gone a little better. The diplomatic approach was terrible.
He was.
But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. The worst scenario has not met. And we...
He did not expect you both to survive once you stepped between those two armies.
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. The outer side, thankfully, no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was... We will see.
If it's possible, then by pure willpower alone, you are going to have to become a psycho-loco-mo...
Not very. I have a concussion from the Major beating me with the butt of his gun. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see him coming. Easy now.
You can take it. Just don't...
How are you?
The lieutenant... He thinks you should sit back down. Back straight now. You're not sitting anywhere.
I honestly don't know. We can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our grasp now. I don't know what to think. It might not have been a bad idea. There is a pin somewhere in the machine. Something is keeping... Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone, and Classia, well, at At least she is safely locked away. Locked up? No, she would be of more use to us free, honestly. But it was... I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else, outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. Don't be narcissistic. Have the cops in Revachon.
That does make some sense.
What? Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the...
He's wrong.
Okay. I don't know. That's been there for years. Yes, God cursed the footprints, not solving the case for us. We should go upstairs, rethink the ballistics in situ. I agree with this.
See? There's that. You can do ballistics.
It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around. We found one, all completely unusable. It's precisely how easy it is to find one that makes the bullet.
He does not know what to reply. Looks out of the window. It's morning outside. You think. He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
It really is very...
He sounds... That concussion must be making him dizzy.
No. Are you ready to limp? Good.
The lieutenant did mention, also, it's just close enough to endure the walk.
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know.
These papers bear the stamp of the RCM.
I had Gart open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night. Back there on the plaza, I think you very nearly had a heart attack. I am sure neither of us feels solid enough. Yes?
Two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman having sex. A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside. It's not the roof. And you would have found it had it been on the coast, in either B Prime, the island in the bay.
It's not impossible. There is a narrow opening between the commercial area and the collapsed tenement north of it.
The lieutenant looks out the window and onto the bay.
So it is.
For a second he seems tired.
I just haven't gotten a lot of...
He doesn't really believe this will yield anything. He is trying to justify... The lead is flimsy. You might as well go around Martinez looking there, across the grey water, amidst crumbling concrete, a birch tree, and the half-sunken ruins of a flak.
Could be the makings of a sniper.
Why not? Military fortifications are made for that kind of thing.
I understand. Of course. I mean, how do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone. Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you defended, maybe putting it a bit generously, though. I had a great view of you doing nothing.
He really wants you to realize that he was also on the balcony looking by.
I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free, the drinks are not. It just felt I needed to specify. Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. I don't remember everyone who comes here, and many people wear sunglasses and side lamps. Where was I? How do you think I know the crazy shit you pulled off out there?
That's actually true.
So, yeah, I get...
It really took courage. Don't pick at him.
Yeah, I don't know. Clients were panicking.
He means it. It's not just boasting. It's some...
No problem. They'll come back. They always do.
Hi again, gendarme. Oh yes, let's see. Sure. Anything else on your mind? Bye-bye, gendarme.
Seeing you approach.
Oh, it's you. Didn't think we'd see you walking.
Huh? What?
Our condolences for your losses.
Does he look...
He does not. His unshaven face is... While still alive, he has abandoned his own...
He wasn't.
That's the thing. Titus?
There's nothing left.
He has lost the... It's survivor's guilt. He feels like he should have died with the others. He may kill himself if he doesn't find a new purpose. Or else...
What? Sons of bitches.
Was this really the best idea? I guess you may have prolonged his existence a bit.
If you think this will keep him from offing himself, I'll make sure to remind him. So far, I've just been pouring whiskey in him to keep him...
Titus is fucking...
What's gonna happen to the Hardy Boys? Look around you, man. No, man. I don't know. I guess the Union will still be policing the neighborhood, but who's gonna do it now? Me? No, man. I'm not a leader.
If any of them had leadership capacity beside Titus, it's him.
What? Fuck no. If I'd stay, we'd keep the name to honor Titus. Titus was... But thanks for the vote of confidence.
Yeah, man. You know?
I haven't got shit, Al.
There's something there. This is not completely ludicrous. Him and Titus were the only detectives of the bunch. Titus...
Yeah, you too. It's a rough world out there. Both of you. We shouldn't have fucked with you like we did.
That's kind of you to say.
I will. You take care.
A sharp pain shoots up your side and into your... The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. This was Cindy the Scar. The lieutenant crowd.
Looks like it, yes. And blood.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable?
Everyone says you started crying in the middle of a firefight. And then, cool. That's very cool to Kuno. Just don't think because you got half your dick shot off and you're an Kuno doesn't reward weakness. It's business as usual with Kuno. Kuno's cold.
Feels good for some reason.
Watch out, pig. It's a danger. Who knows?
Die before I squeal, pig.
You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display. A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you... Is this about the questions again?
The boyadero stares at you with respect. then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
There are types of danger. The one I'm usually concerned with is it calls back to an older era where this was commonplace. Hiding, gathering themselves. The harbor's in full lockdown, friend. No, man.
He says it matter-of-factly.
Time will tell. I'll tell Everard you dropped by. I'm sure he'll be glad. I'll be okay here, doing lookout. Quiet this side. Don't worry about me. I live to alleviate the worries of our brothers. See if any insane killers... You know it, friend.
This found A to Z. The smell of cigarettes. There's something odd about the passenger seat. You closed.
My man, you're alive. Almost. Kind of. Man, what a day. I missed out. So what's next? You guys heading back to Jamrock now? Talk is local union muscle were behind it all. I'd reckon the case is closed, even if it kind of turned into a shit show. Hey, that's just what I heard. Old wives' tale. So, good luck with that, my man. Ain't easy being you, but hey, you... Okay?
Is it wise to share? Telling him is the lieutenant. What are you doing?
That's probably for the best. You keep your job.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, sir. Well, there have been some talk, sir. I only meant that there have been some talk in the station that... But then again, some of us truly are on the take. It's unfortunate. Over. Roger that. 10-10.
The worn and beaten.
You can revisit the...
Mon Dieu, officer. It is work. Maybe it's time to slow down. Enjoy life.
Give me a moment. Ask away, policeman. I don't want to talk about the weed addicts. All of them. They don't like me cleaning behind their door.
So she doesn't. Not after that. It didn't get physical.
We saw unpaid utility.
No one likes them in this building. I don't like talking about those people. The RT. She leaves an old lady to her business.
She mumbles some kind of a
Officer, what happened?
You're not limping. She sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee.
Is this from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots.
There was an exchange of fire on...
You didn't only get shot.
So you're a killer? That's good, I guess. Better than being dead. I've always taken you for one, that's for sure. Not... Of course. Can I help you with something? That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead. If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull, I just got it nice...
Of course, ma'am. It's only for...
Aye.
The crow's feet disappear from the corners of her eyes as she smiles at you.
Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war.
Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad...
This must be one of the many...
The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do. The twins. God forbid they bring the girl along.
Can we maybe ask your twins about that?
Be my guest. They have a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything... Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it...
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. What?
And that iron? That's, nothing. It's just a seafood, and we make a fire. We make... Gather the sticks for the...
Bullet shells. There are a lot of them left over.
I don't know what these are. They're lights. The fire guy comes up.
Your nerve endings sting from the they must mean a human being on that island, but...
No. Yes.
Let's go with yes.
Because he asked us to put the fire out. I don't know. Yes.
Did you mean there are
yes. No, he doesn't live. No, he lives there. He doesn't live there.
Anything else?
I don't know. We ran. He just yelled. We shouldn't. Our father didn't say that. He didn't.
a dull pain flashes through.
I don't know. Doesn't don't even have anything to do with this, you.
The two things are unconnected. Your question didn't make sense.
There's,
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that island.
A skiff with a small... The boat's belly is a shiny yellow color. Industrial paint. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter. Have you made all the... Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going... The skiff, once you get... Have you made... Remember what the net picker said. It's a...
What? Fine. Let's blast
Sad FM is a radio station specializing in sad, slow rock.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Eternally. Want to
boat comes to a slow stop. In the silence.
Let's go.
The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast.
Ah, yes, so it seems. For bringing munitions to the island, maybe?
As a defensive measure, locking...
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary.
Dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. The flock of quail departs. Now, on the islet, there is almost no wind, like a silent orchestra tuning. Of great importance to the few who attend. A silent hiss, the faraway roar, raindrops fall on water. A low hum. The air slowly moves. Air flows out of a pillbox. A drop of rain falls. Called a mama dakwa. We are way... No, it's just your imagination.
Yes?
This is where a lesser man would stop to think about the pain shooting up.
It is. Is that why we are stopping?
The lieutenant nods in silence.
Yes?
ICM? This feels familiar.
Insulindian Citizens Militia.
Sounds an awful lot like...
It does. The RCM It's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. The name...
Nice, political... It's going to be hard to say them. Carrying around all that weight on a busted crutch is making you pant.
No one remembers the ICM. The connotation is less important each. No. And...
With its horns in the sky.
No, that...
A DeLorean era symbol.
After 44 years? That one of these barrels was still leaking fuel.
An old cylindrical generator. The lieutenant puts his...
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been...
The lieutenant assists you, holding the cap. There's a red start. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like a...
That should do it. Downstairs, somewhere?
The tank is far from full. There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of...
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh.
You force the rest of the sentence out through pain.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's...
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. The blanket feels cold. You feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slow sleep. day the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Okay, don't say you need to talk, right? But you don't even want to talk to her. She would only be cold and mean. Let her go. Let her go. This is the Holy Queen of the Territories. Win her back. How does that fit in here? And
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to...
she means she doesn't have time to tend to your emotions. She sighs. What are you doing? Stop saying things like that.
I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's 1 million kilometers. Just my scepter, my globe cruciger. Oh, this. This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light.
She looks at the...
Anyway. No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive, epic showdown. We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of it's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and...
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day. Wasn't I Dolores Day just a second ago? Now I'm the X thing? I haven't even bought the tickets yet.
We all told you. Everyone warned you.
Everyone.
Literally all of you.
I'm glad too, but I have to go.
What?
I will. The morning? I don't understand. Oh my God, Harry, stop. I can't do that anymore. I'm not 80 years old, I'm 30.
This is a bit much for me. It feels like your ribs are cracking around your heart. The advisor to the Queen of Sorrents sighs and looks down at the...
Yes, Harry. I am. Things have gotten much better for me. Now that I...
A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrists.
I don't want it. It looks expensive. I don't want it. That's not what figurines...
She looks at the headless Found Rider between the figurines. Don't do anything? Yes, a form of communication. Yes, it was a good idea. But she felt obliged by the headless Found Rider to give you things in return. Things she...
Harry, I don't want things. I didn't ask for things. It's too late to give me anything. I would have liked the headless Fawn Rider back then. We both said a lot of things.
It was her. I can feel it. I can see it in her tender, long fingers.
As Queen Regnant, I write a lot.
You need to recite it to her. For effect. All of it. Yeah. Put a stake through your... She won't get hurt. She'll bend out of the way.
Please, Harry. I just don't have time for this. Okay, stop. Yes. Are you happy now? Then why are you doing this? Very well. I wrote it. It was morning. You slept. There was hoarfrost. It was 100 million years ago. I was someone else then, filled to the brim with love for you, hanging on your every word.
The light of the video rental shines through her dress now. A DeLorean figure, cut in black, moves below. It's still her. Her legs, her breasts, her hips.
It's here, Harry. We are on Voyager Road. At the end of it. There. You could not pay the electrical bill. It became a lightless tomb. The years you spent training for the militia, my...
Surely the alcohol didn't help either.
Everyone has a little glass of wine every now and then. I certainly do. It's a Queen Regnant thing. I don't think it was the alcohol. Is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we have already talked about. Talk about it again. If you do not feel like doing that, you should let me go. It's not. But... that's it, yes. We've talked about it.
Where? In... Stop. You're only making it worse for him. You never help with anything.
See? It just takes some time. For you, I think it'll take something like... but...
She keeps her shoulders squared. It's not. It's just not possible. It's like eating rocks. You just can't do it.
No, Harry. We already tried it.
Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things. Not you two.
I don't know. Please. Harry, we can't be together.
She avoids turning them to you. They're turning moist now. Her eyes. She slowly shakes her head and tries to get hold of herself, brushing.
You know what I mean. No, you don't. You've worked there for so long, you can't even talk like a normal...
Questions? Did someone say questions?
This is another one, isn't it? We're in a tree right now. It's not just the lists or trees or whatever. Other people get sad too, but not like you. You stay down for... In conclusion, you're ill. You're an old, insane man. And you have to be in hell until the end of... I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8...
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything. You should go on without me.
No, you don't. You're just being a martyr. And I'm really going now. I won't see you, but you will see me. Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in right here tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum. Like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death. See you tomorrow.
You're up quick. How was your sleep? Are you sure you're okay? You thrashed around and you bolted up, half covered in blood from your wound. Okay.
He's still worried. You must have really thrashed him. Books and magazines lie scattered on most are soft covers. Popular depictions of man versus among what is mostly commercial.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Not that you can tell. This is a digest of some. Maybe it's a. The print in some of. Soft covers, serialized. Oh yes, under the bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory, that is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Ouzia. It's not exactly like reading.
Ouzia. I agree.
Your incendiary wasn't there some in the communist student?
Well, yes.
The little books seem inconsequential.
Whoever has lived here, they...
Interesting. You see a small metal door nested inside.
Another part of the island, probably. Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling.
I think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around.
Green paint flicks off the monoblock. The keys rattle like teeth.
The console of an antique computation device. I think, yes. Let's see. That one. The emergency open.
The lighting in the room turns on with a sizzle. The dial slides under the glass, dark and silent. The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in. A sudden wave of anxiety.
After you. Don't be. I have a gun. I don't know.
A thin wisp of smoke, right?
I know. It was not easy.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab. Only half.
This looks like a good place to aim from.
A single-person mattress, modern, civilian, and an empty can of beans on the ground next to it. Phil, the silhouette of a tobacco picker. Contemporary Rivisholians prefer Druan, a local blend from the southern island.
Could be a coincidence. Or the same person. I didn't see any signs of smoking inside though. If people live there, they keep it tidy.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you. Like quite old and grimy from years. The springs screech as you lean on the mattress. Trepidation. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you. A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off. The red chimney and collapsed back of the box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light.
Do you have a line of sight to the window?
More than that.
A pair of binoculars? Or a scope of a rifle?
Cheek against the cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger.
Good. I think we have it, Detective. The origin of the shot.
Affirmative.
In our defense, nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere. Don't beat yourself up, officer. We did not put guns in their hands or get them drunk.
The lieutenant pauses.
We will make up for it. Here. Where?
He does not answer. Just, he feels.
We should move now.
A strange feeling, looking at the water. Perhaps there's someone where it is all smelling of tutti fruit, baby. You know it's got. Yes, cold and still. But oh fuck, yes. No, we're not starting with that. Not now. In the still mirror of the bay, you see Martinez, islets and posts, like stepping. Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying. It's like it reminds you of the day you first held it, with fear and respect. A Villiers 9mm pistol.